Alright, here's a video on the motor mount build for this 79 Datsun 620 with a 5.3 LS. It's gonna have a 5-speed manual transmission also that is not currently hooked up. Enjoy the video. I forgot to turn the video on before I started this, but making motor mounts, I've just got 3/8 thick plate because that's what I had. Anyway, designed it all up on Fusion 360 and printed out basically a template, drew it out, hand plasma. Now I'm going to get ready to cut the little pieces that will connect to here. Just a spool type mount. Simple. So just play on there, mark the center of this. My forward back placement of the unit is about where I want. So center of my mount will be right there, and I got to hold up and I measure the rest of it. So just put the plate on there, mark the center of this. My forward back placement of the engine is about where I want it. So the center of my mount will be right there. And I get that part welded up, and then I can measure for the rest of it.
sleep back in her day. Oh yeah, there's some in there. She might be a hair low, but not much. Clean. Just knock her off since I'm in here with some 80, 90. She looks good from behind me. Yeah. And also, since we're under here, before we pull this baby into gear, I'm gonna pull this drain plug on this little gas tank. There you go for everyone who said the frame was gonna be Swiss cheese. I hope you like that Swiss cheese that I'm pointing at with a certain finger for a reason. Is that all Swiss cheese? About all this. Is this all Swiss cheese? What about all this? This thing if I don't have to. That thing's just sitting there dripping, so apparently that's why it's so dirty. It just don't feel like it around here, so let's pull that baby back off. We give her a wrap of the old Blue Monster and she'll feel, I bet. See how that does. Well, I just talked to Sir Mordecus of Mordecus Repair up in North Dakota, I think, and he asked if I'd stuck something up in there just to make sure there wasn't layer stuff, and I said, well, no. I was going to take the brake cleaner and kind of spray right in here, and if it came out clean looking, I wasn't going to worry about it. But guess what? It won't go up in there. Damn it. Kill. Oh. That looks like me after Taco Bell night. Smells terrible. Absolutely terrible. Burns like a son of a bitch. That pinky's on fire. They don't feel like regular gas. Like they're running Aunt Dorothy on race fuel. Got some of that old airplane fuel in there. Son of a... Boy, it's a good thing I got these PKO hand cleaner wipes by Sweet Patina. Their hand cleaner knocking all over. You gotta get your hand cleaner, you can get it at sweetpatina.com. Be sure to use that promo code on the screen. Be sure to check out their full line of products. She's still going. I ain't got to clean on damn thing. That ain't going to rain on my parade right now. I'm going to pop this thing in neutral, fire it up, and then pull that thing down to the drive. Then she goes into gear, and then let it in neutral, then it comes to stop, and check reverse too.
Alright, got the mounts all welded up. So I've got these poly bushings. It's MO2240 is what it says on it. Anyway, I bought a whole package of these a while back from an off-road shop for making mounts and stuff on my Jeep. I use them for all sorts of stuff. I used them for motor mounts on my Duster. They're pretty good. They're fairly thin and they're urethane, so they don't allow a lot of movement, which is fine with me. But you don't get a lot of vibration either because it's not solid. So he said DOM.
Okay. I'm going to make that template.
I don't remember. This is 1 inch.
Use this for some biceps.
OD, it's half-inch ID, so I guess it's quarter wall DOM. I reamed it out with a 515 drill. Just a little bit of clearance.
And one thing you have to make sure to square material in case you are using material that is not square. Inches.
Oh, come on.
Divided by 2 will be the half. You can use any word to make that simple. I prefer cheaper. And then I will do 5 inches right there.
Push that one out a little bit. push back in when it gets bolted up.
And then I will cut it.
Fine. So now I'm going to bolt these up on the engine and measure over to both the factory mount pads.
Then I have to.
Then I will get a dimension to be able to make a bracket. The mount pads on these trucks are pretty much, they're exactly the same side to side. So, and the LS is exactly the same side to side, so it's really easy. Both my motor mounts will be the same. Engine is in the center on this, so easy. You'll see that? Pretty tight on this side. You want to move it a little bit. Now, this side. See it? Should be able to see it. It's pretty close. Should be able to see that. Pretty tight on this side. The motor moved over a little bit. Now, this side. Let's see. See it? I think, maybe. Should be able to see it. It's pretty close. So I just drew up this bracket right here. So I'll enable everything else here. Okay, so here's the motor mount, the engine side motor mount part. And then what I did is, let's see if I can flip it around the right way here, is I angled that whole thing at 45 degrees because LS motor mounts are at 45 degrees, if you didn't know that. Fun fact. The Datsun mount pad is at 50 degrees, so 5 degrees more than the LS. So I just measured the pad, made basically a simulated pad, and then made the mount from there to there. So then all I did was hid all the rest of everything. Let's see, where's the rest? I'm not sure where that one is at, but there it is. Okay, so I hid everything else, did a screenshot of it, printed on my printer. Then you have to scale. The first one, I don't have it sitting here, but the first one's, it's the wrong size, so you just scale it and then reprint it or recopy it really quick, and then I will show you outside. Okay, so that is the pattern that I cut out. I ended up, after fitting it, I ended up cutting about 1/8 of an inch off of the bottom because it seemed like it was too much. Let me see if I can do this with one hand here. So, perfect fit. The other side is just a little bit loose, so I've got just the bracket's just a little tiny bit too small, but that's fine. I can oversize it when I cut it. So now I'm going to lay this over some 10 gauge and plasma it out, and then I can weld the pieces in. Right. Alright, there's the motor mounts all done. I ended up having to remake the back pieces because the engine ended up going back a little bit farther than I expected. But it's okay. I just had to make them slightly longer, and it went down over the back edge, which actually makes them stronger. It turned out nice. Alright, here's the engine mounted. Looks pretty good. It turned out nice in my opinion. There's this side. The other side might be a little difficult to see. Let's see if I can get that. Anyway, so I got the two side brackets and a little stiffener part there. Just add a little bit more girth to it. I also got some of the core support cut out so I can fit the radiator in there. This radiator is just a little bit wider than the factory one. It's actually fitting very nice. I'll have to do some cleanup work to some of this stuff here, but it's pretty good. Alternator, very tight, just totally fine. Yeah, totally fine. Somebody made a comment about if I lose a motor mount, but it's not going to go anywhere. Famous last words, I guess. We'll see. If I have to do something different there, I can. I actually thought about making a different bracket here, and I might use these as a template, and then just make something that's a little bit shorter, maybe a little bit taller and then shorter. I think it'll bring it probably just as close. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I could get it way up here, the alternator way up here if I needed to. There's plenty of hood clearance here. I mean, you can see there's a ton of hood clearance there. Like, the thing's, it's pretty sweet. So I'll show you underneath really quick. I got the tie rods off, but so I just got the jack holding the engine. You can see the oil pan level is pretty much right where the cross member will be at the bottom of the cross member. The bolt-in one, it bolts in right here. I'll have to actually make one because I don't have one for this truck for some reason. I have everything else, but not that. Steering, still haven't figured out what I'm doing with steering. It's gonna be, I'm gonna redo the steering column and all that stuff, but I haven't done any of that yet. So over here it looks like header clearance won't be too big of a deal. I am building my own headers, so I can get the stuff around somewhere down in through there. There's not a lot of room, honestly. By the time you get the starter in down there, there's not a lot of room. And then this side, you've got the same exact room. It's hard to tell. Same exact room down there, except you got the steering column going through, so we'll see.